First day of astronomical spring. I'm meteorologist Stevie Daniels. The time now is 4:30 on this Friday. Let's take a look at your full forecast. As I mentioned, it's the first day of spring, but it's technically not spring just yet. It's still winter until 10:46. That's when the equinox occurs. So that is when we will actually be in the season of spring once we have this occurring. So how this works, it's because the Earth's tilt is perpendicular to the sun, meaning that the sun will shine directly over the equator, giving all latitudes, both hemispheres, roughly an equal amount of daylight and darkness. So we roughly have 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness today. Taking a glance at temps, we are right now standing in the 30s and 40s, 41 degrees downtown, 36, a little bit cooler the further east you head down towards Chestertown, and sitting at 39 for everyone in Easton. But today is going to be a day where you need to hang on to your hat. The winds are going to be a little bit more noticeable as the day moves forward. They will be gusting to about 25 to 30 miles per hour. And we do have a good amount of sunshine to start off the day before it becomes a little bit more filtered this afternoon. We do have temps that are going to be very spring-like today, well into the 60s. It does come with a catch. We do have the chance for some showers and thunderstorms, likely holding off until the late parts of the afternoon. Not much change in the forecast from yesterday and from previous model runs. This Clipper system, this very fast-moving area of low pressure, is going to bring us some much-needed rain across central Maryland, likely hitting areas right around Frederick, Carroll, and Howard counties first around 4 to 5 o'clock. Some of this rain could be a little bit intense at times, moderate to heavy at times in nature. It's going to move through pretty swiftly, so I do expect a very low risk in terms of flooding. And then a lot of this moisture tracks down to our southeast as we head overnight into your Saturday. We will be drying things out, increasing that sunshine throughout the day tomorrow as we kick off the weekend. And temps are going to be trending a little bit warmer over the next couple of days. On Sunday, we have breezy southerly winds, which could help boost our temps back into the lower 70s. But in terms of severe weather today, it's looking very low for central Maryland, but the farther west you head, western Maryland under that level 1 out of 5 marginal risk. An isolated tornado is possible across the western portion of the state, damaging wind gusts and even some hail. Taking a glance at your 7-day forecast, we should be right around the lower 70s on Sunday with a few showers trickling in. Just Stevie Daniels. The time now is 4:45 on this first day of spring. Let's look at your super 7-day forecast. Today is truly going to feel very spring-like, so it's very fitting that today is astronomical spring. 68 degrees this afternoon. Clouds will start to increase throughout the day today. We do have breezy winds out of the south that will clock in at about 25 to 30. And then if you've been wanting the rain, we do have some of that. That will start to move in late this afternoon and also will extend throughout dinner time and beyond. So if you have any Friday evening plans tonight, you just want to make sure you have that umbrella ready to go. 65 degrees tomorrow afternoon will be a little bit drier for your Saturday. These rain showers get out of our hair right around midnight tonight, so the bulk of the day tomorrow looks rain-free. It's going to be a great day to get outside to do some of that yard work or to go for that long stroll around the neighborhood. Sunday setup, not looking terrible, 72 degrees. It's going to feel warmer out there. We do have some showers that could roll in later on in the evening, most likely holding off until after dinner time, but we could start off the work week with some additional rain showers early in the morning before we dry things out. A brief spring, everyone. I'm meteorologist Stevie Daniels. We're taking a glance at your temperature change from this time 24 hours ago. We are currently set up about 5 to 15 degrees warmer this morning. We do have some southerly winds that are helping us to start off a little bit milder. Most of us are standing in the 30s and 40s this morning, so it's very nice that we are climbing in the temperature department. And today is going to feel very spring-like, which is very fitting for the first day of spring. We're going to be waving goodbye to winter this morning. 41 degrees in Annapolis, 37, a little bit cooler for my friends further north right around Cockeysville and Sykesville. Good morning to all of you, sitting at 38 degrees this morning, 39 down towards Olney. We should be hovering in the upper 30s and low 40s, staying pretty much around that range throughout the next couple of hours as the kids head out to school, starting the day off with a good amount of sunshine, but then it becomes more filtered as the day moves forward. We do have meteorologist Stevie Daniels. The time now is 5:12 on this Friday morning. Let's take a look at your full forecast. So spring officially begins at 10:46, so it's technically still winter, but not for much longer. Once we hit 10:46, that's when the Earth's tilt will be perpendicular to the sun, allowing for the sun to shine directly over the equator. So that's what's really going to give both hemispheres roughly an equal amount of daylight and darkness, about 12 hours each. Here's a glance at temps. We're sitting in the 30s across central Maryland for a lot of locations. 35 degrees up in Haverty Grace, 41 in Annapolis, out towards Frostburg and Deep Creek. You both are also hanging on in the low 40s this morning. So we do have some added clouds across the western half of the state, which is the reason why they're starting off a tad bit milder. But we do have these winds that are going to be clocking in out of the south today. They're already starting to clock in out of the south this morning, but they will pick up this afternoon. This is what's really going to help boost our numbers well into the 60s today as the kids head home from school. But the kids need to dress warm this morning, right around their lunch hour, 53 degrees. That's going to be the temperature under partly cloudy skies. But you notice that we start to increase those clouds as the kids head home from school. Skies should be mostly cloudy. And then after they're already home from school, that's when these showers are going to start to work in. So we have breezy southerly winds. We also have some rain showers that are going to advance across our northwestern communities right around 4 to 5 o'clock. This is going to linger throughout dinner time, even into the later evening hours. We still could be dealing with some moisture across our northern locations right around the city and for areas up and down Delmarva, possibly even out by Washington, D.C. right around 9 to 10 o'clock. So if you have any late evening plans, the umbrella is going to be your best friend. A lot of this energy should push down to our southeast by midnight as that cold front clears and moves away from us. Winds will be moving out of the northwest throughout the day tomorrow. That's going to help clear out the moisture, clear out the clouds. We're going to increase that sunshine throughout the day. And then into your Sunday, starting off with some sunshine before we could see another round of some rain showers holding off into the late parts of the evening on Sunday, which some of that could spill over into early next week. So don't put the rain gear away just yet. But there is the potential for some hefty thunderstorms, an isolated strong to severe storm across the western half of the state of Maryland, even down towards the southwest, where damaging winds and even an isolated tornado are fair game. But we're not going to be dealing with anything like that. 65 degrees tomorrow, 72 on Sunday. Really feeling those winds pick up out of the south throughout the day, which is going to help boost us above average. But this morning we are starting off warmer than yesterday, so that is a nice change. 35 degrees over in Bel Air, 37 in Sykesville, 41 in Annapolis, and also downtown. So all areas sitting at or above freezing this morning. It's feeling a lot nicer. You still will want the jacket before you head out the door. The kids will want that jacket as well. We do have temps quickly rising throughout the morning. We should be back in the lower to even mid 50s by 11 o'clock. Dealing with the most amount of sunshine this morning before it does become more filtered as we get into the afternoon. I am tracking our temps. They will be quickly rising today well into the 60s. Very fitting for the very first day of astronomical spring. Our clouds increase because we have this area of low pressure that's going to sweep through the region. This is going to bring us a renewed chance for some rain showers, even a few thunderstorms. I'll break down the timeline of that coming up in my full forecast. Back to you.
All right,
everyone. I'm meteorologist Stevie Daniels. The time now is 45. Let's take a look at your full forecast. So at 10:46, spring officially begins because it all has to deal with the tilt of the Earth's axis, which is actually going to be perpendicular to the sun, allowing for the sunlight to shine directly over the equator. So this is the reason why the northern and also the southern hemisphere, all latitudes, will have roughly an equal amount of daylight and darkness. It's not exact, but it's roughly an equal amount. So that's when the Earth's axis will be tilted neither toward nor away from the sun. So 10:46, we will be saying goodbye to winter. Taking a glance at downtown Baltimore, outside, we do have some clear skies this morning. Unlike yesterday, we are going to start off the day with a little bit more in the way of sunshine, and we also have a southerly breeze advecting into the area right now. So this is helping us to start off at or above freezing, feeling a little bit cooler across our northeastern communities like Elkton and Cecilton, both sitting at that freezing mark, but the farther west you head and the farther south, that's where we're seeing some of the milder numbers, especially as you head down southwest along I-95, the Inner Harbor and Annapolis, both sitting at 41. So today is going to feel very spring-like, very fitting for the first day of spring. We should be hovering well into the 60s. We should be right around the lower 60s by 1 o'clock this afternoon. Dealing with the most amount of sunshine this morning before those clouds start to increase throughout the day. I do expect skies to be mostly cloudy by 4 to 5 o'clock once those rain showers start to trickle in from the northwest. Ahead of this front that's going to bring us some of that rain, the winds will start to pick up, so you'll notice more of that breeze if you have any dinner plans. This is really the prime time when those showers are going to be working their way through, so we could be experiencing and feeling those wind gusts anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour, maybe even a little bit higher across the higher ridge tops. Here's a glance at Futurecast, which shows right around 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, some showers will be gracing the skies across our northwestern communities, and then the coverage becomes a little bit more widespread. The intensity of those showers starts to increase. We could be experiencing moderate to heavy periods of rain with a few rumbles of thunder, but no severe weather is expected, which is very fabulous news. That cold front clears down to our southeast, and then we dry things out pretty rapidly behind it. High pressure builds in throughout the first half of the weekend, but our friends across the western half of the state likely going to experience an isolated strong storm or two, possibly dealing with some damaging winds and even an isolated tornado. 65 degrees tomorrow, 72 on Sunday if you're now out towards Cecil County, like Elkton sitting at 33 degrees. But the farther southwest you go, that's where we are a little bit milder. For my friends out in Westminster, starting the day off with a temperature of 39. 35 over towards the Baltimore area, and 38 degrees in Easton. I would still go with the warm cup of coffee this morning, even though today is the very first day of spring. I know we want to do the iced cup of coffee this morning, but I promise if you have any urge to drink some coffee later this afternoon, you will want the iced version because it is going to warm up. We have temps rapidly rising into the upper 50s by noon today. We should be right around the lower 60s by 1 o'clock. Dealing with the most amount of sunshine this morning, it gradually fades away. Those clouds are going to take over this afternoon, and we do have an increased chance for some showers right around dinner time, so you'll need to break out the umbrella. I'll time everything out for you coming up in my full forecast. It's going to be pretty nice out there feeling wise. I mean, temps are going to be well into the 60s, very fitting for the very first day of spring, which officially begins a little bit before 11 o'clock this morning, precisely at 10:46. That's when the sun will be shining directly over the equator. So the northern and the southern hemispheres likely going to experience nearly 12 hours of daylight each. And darkness. As we take a glance outside of our studio this morning, here's a live look at the giant parking lot right outside of our station. Waking up with mostly clear skies this morning, a little bit of a difference from yesterday where we had extra cloud cover. But today a little bit of a difference, not only the lack of cloud cover this morning, but our temps are starting off a little bit milder. So at or above that freezing mark for every area on our temperature map. 32 degrees over in Elkton, 35 in Cockeysville, and 37 for my friends down in Columbia. The kids still need to dress warm this morning as they head out to school. We still are hovering in the 30s and low 40s throughout the next couple of hours. We should be making our way up into the 50s by 11 o'clock today. Right around noon, we should be flirting with that 60-degree mark and then rising well into the 60s as the afternoon moves forward. The most amount of sunshine will be seen this morning, and then those clouds increase throughout the day today, all ahead of a cold front that's going to swing through the area later tonight. This is going to generate some much-needed rain across the region. We're currently in a moderate drought across much of central Maryland, so this is going to be largely beneficial. Not a whole lot of rain expected, up to about 1/4 of an inch, if that. But winds are going to be really gusty as the system makes its way through. So winds are going to be kicking up in that 25 to 30 mile per hour range. We do have rain that's going to grace the skies across our northwestern communities right around 4 to 5 o'clock. This lingers pretty much throughout the next several hours after that. Up until about midnight, we'll be dealing with those rain showers becoming moderate to heavier in nature, even a few thunderstorms. So don't be surprised if you hear some rumbles of thunder. The severe weather potential for our area looking to be very low. It's looking a little bit greater across the western half of the state where they could shake out an isolated strong storm. But then taking a glance at tomorrow afternoon, right around 1 o'clock, northwesterly winds, dry skies, looking at more sunshine. And that's going to be the case heading into the first half of Sunday before more clouds start to drift in. So tomorrow we should be hitting 65 degrees, 72 on Sunday. No complaints about that temperature. There could be some showers that grace the area right around Sunday evening. Some of that could spill over into early. Will roll in by 4 to 5 o'clock later today. So late this afternoon, they'll start to slide into our northwest suburbs. And then the coverage of the rain increases through dinner time. So I would eat the dinner indoors today, even though it's going to feel so nice outside. We are going to be climbing well into the 60s, close to 70 for some. 65 degrees on your Saturday. We quickly dry things out into the overnight. If you have any yard work that you've been putting off, tomorrow's a great day for it. Winds will be a lot more relaxed. Conditions will be dry. It's going to feel mild with temps in the 60s, and then we don't stop there. We actually rise back into the lower 70s on Sunday. Sunday's setup is not looking too bad. Most of the rain showers hold off until the evening. So if you have any outdoor plans over the weekend, I'm giving you 2 thumbs up. 63 on Monday with some showers early in the morning as you're heading out to work. If you're an early riser, you might need those windshield wipers going. But then we dry things. I'm meteorologist Stevie Daniels. The time now is 6:46 on this Friday morning. We're taking a look at your full forecast, starting off dry as of right now and dealing with mostly clear skies. Yesterday, we started off with extra cloud cover. We were a little bit colder yesterday, slightly milder, especially for locations west of the Chesapeake Bay. 34 up in Parkton, Thurmont. Good morning to all of you. Sitting at 40 along with the Inner Harbor, and 35 a tad bit cooler the closer you head towards the eastern shore. The further east you travel, low to mid 30s up and down from Cecil County down towards Talbot County. So I would go with the warm cup of coffee this morning. Here's the glance at your coffee cast. Most of us should be hovering in the low 40s by the 9 o'clock hour. We'll see the most amount of sunshine this morning before it gradually starts to hide behind the clouds this afternoon. Southwesterly winds are going to take over today. They're already starting to veer out of the south this morning, which is the reason why our temps are a little bit milder, anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees of a difference. 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts can be expected. Not too unbearable, but you definitely will notice the wind out there today. But this is good. This is a warming wind, which is going to boost our numbers up well above average. Very fitting for the first day of spring. So we're likely going to stay in the 60s this afternoon. We should be right around 61 by 1 o'clock, 67 degrees by the 4 o'clock hour. Notice how the sun just gradually starts to fade away, and we welcome back some rain showers getting into the late afternoon, early evening time frame. There is plenty of dry air underway. We're currently dealing with that dry air this morning. So hopefully this rain can penetrate some of that drier air and actually make it down towards the surface. I do expect the coverage and the intensity of the rain to really increase through dinner time. So most locations should be seeing this rain by 6 to even 7, 8 o'clock in the evening. If you have any evening plans, you'll want that umbrella. That'll be ready to go. Trust me, that'll be your best friend. These showers are still going to stick around throughout 9 to 10 o'clock. They should clear the area, clear areas south and east of the Baltimore Metro by midnight tonight as that cold front swiftly moves through. It could create some headaches, though, across the western half of the state, where an isolated strong to even severe storm is not out of the question that could contain some damaging wind gusts. But then into the first half of the weekend, starting off dry for your Saturday, and then Sunday throughout the bulk of the day, it's looking pretty dry as well. So no really big complaints in the weather department. If you love the 60s, we have another day with temps in the 60s tomorrow. But if you are a 70s lover like myself, the 72-degree temperature, that's going to return on Sunday. Showers start to invade the area later in the evening. Some of that activity could spill over into Monday morning, so you might need those windshield wipers going. But then cooling things down